record first. Ya, oke. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our beloved class, basic physics. And I'm so sorry because actually this is not our usual schedule. Our usual schedule must be on Friday, but next Friday I have a lot of things to do. I have another meeting. A lot of meetings are scheduled on Friday. I don't know why. So I think I have to change our schedule for this week into this Thursday. Okay. And let me share my screen. Okay. And our class will be started at 8:10. And we are already start the class. And then our class today will be around 1 until 1.5 hours. And also, if you have something to do in the middle of this class, it's okay for you to leave the Zoom meeting. But please, before you leave, you can just ask my permission first. I will give you the permission. But please, you have to ask permission first. Because I am the lecturer, and in this class you are the student. So we have culture need to be done in this class. Yep. So far that is our regulation for today's class. Okay, now. And if you have any question regarding our topic today, please raise your hand, or you can just type your question on chat box, and you don't have to wait for me to give you time to ask. If you have any question, just ask me directly. It's okay. It's okay. And if you got some problem with my explanation, or if technical problem regarding this Zoom meeting, you can just also report to me by chatting on the chat box. Okay. And for this presents, you have to make resume as usual. And also this meeting is recorded. So for you who have something to do in the middle of this class, you can just continue the explanation of this class from the record. Okay. So our today topic is still about motion. But now we are going to focus on acceleration. Okay. I want to remind you about our previous meeting. So this is our big topic, motion. And in motion, there are two quantities that are important to know. The first one is velocity. The symbol is v. And the unit is meter per second. And then the other one is acceleration. Acceleration. The symbol is a, small a, and then the unit is meter per square second, or meter per second to the power of 2, and so this is the two things need to be understood, and we are already discussed the first one. We have discussed this velocity, and now for this time from this moment, yeah, we are going to learn about acceleration. Yeah. So, what is acceleration? Yeah. Actually, these two things, yeah, will be always happen, yeah, when we are doing some motion. Yeah. Let's say we are driving car. Yeah. Yeah, we have velocity and also we have acceleration, because acceleration is let's say, yeah, you have car, yeah, you are riding car, yeah, or motorcycle, or everything. The initial velocity must be 0, yeah, because you start your car maybe, yeah, from uh, 0 velocity, yeah, from 0 value of velocity, yeah. So this is the velocity is 0 meter per second, yeah. And after you turn on, yeah, the car machine, and you give you how to say, you step on the gas pedal, yeah, like if you are riding motorbike, you do something like this, yeah, nah, yeah, something like this, or you step on the car pedal, yeah, then the car will be moved, yeah, the car will be moved, and your car has velocity. Let's say the velocity of your car is 5 meter per second, yeah. So from 0 to 5, yeah, there is something called acceleration, yeah, because if we have, let's say, graph, yeah, this is time and this is velocity, yeah. Start from 0, your velocity is still 0, yeah, but after you give acceleration to your car, yeah, let's say 10 seconds, let's say, yeah, the velocity of your car, yeah, is rising, yeah, is rising, and at 10 seconds, your velocity is 5 meter per second. So you do something called acceleration, yeah. And I hope, and I think, yeah, yeah, everyone does the acceleration, yeah, because they always start moving their car from 0, yeah, from 0 velocity, and then they give acceleration until the velocity that they need, yeah. Okay. So this is the basic concept, yeah, the basic concept of the acceleration. And now we are going to some formula that need to be understood, yeah. Nah, okay, I want to remind you another thing, yeah. In velocity, yeah, yeah, there are two important concepts, yeah. The first one is called average velocity, yeah, or FVG, yeah, the average velocity. And the formula for average velocity, yeah, is delta x, yeah, divided by delta t, yeah, which is, this one is difference of position, yeah, yeah, difference of position, and the delta t is difference of time, yeah, yeah, the difference between the final time to the initial time, yeah, difference of time, yeah. And also in velocity, we know concept of instantaneous velocity. So this instantaneous, yeah, velocity, ya. Or in bahasa Indonesia it is called with kecepatan sesaat ya. Nah, and the formula for instantaneous velocity is v ya, and then you can just use x ya. Also x here if the car or if the object is moving toward x-axis, so you can just put little x after v. Yeah, it means that the velocity is on the x-axis. Yeah, and the formula is d. Oh, not d. Yeah, but actually it is limit. Yeah, delta t close to 0. Yeah, I will make it delta t close to 0. Yeah, delta x divided by delta t or equal with dt per dx. Yeah. So this is the concept of average velocity and instantaneous velocity. And this concept will be also similar with acceleration. Yeah. In acceleration, we have also two important things. Yeah. Which called with average velocity, average acceleration. I mean, let's say the acceleration moving in x-axis, so I will put x here. Yeah. And then the second one is instantaneous acceleration. Yeah. Let's say x. Yeah. And these two things that we are going to learn today. Yeah. Okay, so if you read all the book, I mean, if you read all part of this book, yeah, you will find a lot of equation. Yeah. But for the simplicity of our learning, I will put some mark here to specific formulas, and the formula that I give the mark on it, yeah, is the most important formula. Yeah. So to make your explanation, to make our explanation become simple, yeah, I will make mark here on formula that I think you need to memorize. Yeah. So this one must be memorized. Yeah. So this is important. Yeah. Yeah. And this is the average acceleration. Yeah. So basically, the average acceleration is similar with average velocity. Yeah. So in average acceleration, yeah, we have a, yeah, average. Yeah. You can say AVG or just AV. It's okay, because I think people will know that it is average. Yeah. AV or AVG. Yeah. Equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by wait a moment. Yeah, I'm still recording. Yeah. Final time minus initial time. Yeah. Or in mathematical expression, yeah, final v, yeah, is written with v to x. Yeah. So 2, yeah, 2 here indicates final condition. Yeah. And then for the initial v, yeah, or initial velocity, it is v1. Yeah. So this is the v1. Yeah. So 1 indicates initial condition. Yeah. So 1, yeah, 1 means, oh, it's not clear. 1 means initial atau kondisi awal ya, bahasa Indonesia. And also to means final, ya, or kondisi akhir ya, if we translate it into bahasa Indonesia. Nah, and then similar with this one, yeah, so this is T2 ya, because it is in final T, and then this is the initial, so T1. So if we make mathematical expression of average acceleration, yeah, the equation will be V2x minus V1x divided by T2 minus T1. Yeah, so yeah, it's similar with this, yeah, or delta Vx divided by delta T. Yeah, so this is the formula of average acceleration. Yeah, and I think it's easy to understand. Yeah? But as a lecturer, I have to give you explanation. Yeah, why this formula can be like this. Yeah, and I think it will be different with what you got in senior high school. Yeah, because in senior high school, you just accept. Yeah, you just accept the formula as it is, yeah, without any deeper analysis, yeah. And now I'm trying to make you deeper explanation, yeah, how to get this formula, yeah. Okay, that's for the average, yeah, average acceleration, yeah. And if you have any question, please just ask me, yeah. Okay, and because not any question, I will continue, yeah. To the next topic about the instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration. Okay, nah, okay. And this is the yeah, because I give mark on this one, so it must be important formula. Yeah, need to be at least remember, or you can memorize, yeah, this formula. Yeah, and because we are dealing with instantaneous, ya, or sesaat, ya, sesaat, it means that the value of delta t, ya, equals to, not equals, but close to zero, ya, close to zero, but it is not zero, ya, because if delta t is zero, yeah, it must be no process in it, yeah, because in physics, yeah, time must be positive, yeah. I mean, it's greater than zero, yeah. But if the delta t is zero, it means that nothing changed, yeah, nothing changed. Yeah, but when the delta t close, really close to zero, yeah, let's say 0.000 blah 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 0.1, yeah, it's still the delta t still have the delta t still has value, but the value is very small. Yeah. Nah, because the delta t is very close to zero, yeah, so we are using concept of limit. Yeah. So delta x limit, yeah, delta t to zero, delta t equals closely to zero. Nah, delta Vx divided by delta t, yeah. And because this expression is too long, yeah, the expression, yeah, the mathematical expression of limit is too long. The expression is too long. Yeah. So mathematicians, yeah, change, yeah, this this writing with only delta, yeah, delta Vx divided by delta t, yeah. So delta x, yeah. I mean instantaneous acceleration, yeah, in x-axis, yeah, equals to delta Vx divided by delta t, yeah. If the acceleration happens on vertical condition, yeah, so x, yeah, x, yeah, this is the x-axis, and then this is the y-axis. So the acceleration will be ay, yeah, equals to dv vy divided by dt, yeah. Or if the motion happens on z-axis, yeah. Z-axis means the axis comes to me, yeah. I mean it's come out from monitor, yeah. So it's hard to draw, yeah, because I cannot make a 3D line, yeah. So z acceleration is dv z divided by dt, yeah. Okay, so this is the important concept, yeah. Okay, now let's see to the example, yeah, of this concept. So page 3, yeah. Okay, on page 3, yeah, it is a long example, but I'll try to do only one question, yeah, because there is A, B, C, D, yeah, too many example here. But now I think okay, I will only do for the number C, yeah, for this T1. Yeah. Okay, find the instantaneous X, yeah, instantaneous X acceleration, yeah. Okay, so we have to indicate, yeah, because we are going to find the value of instantaneous X acceleration. Yeah, so our formula will be AX, yeah, because we are dealing with X, yeah, X acceleration, yeah, equals to dvx, yeah, divided by dt, yeah. Now we have Vx here, yeah, we have Vx here, and we have to find the equation of Vx, yeah, and the equation of Vx is this one. So Vx, yeah, Vx equals to 60 plus 0.5 t to the power of 2, yeah. I do not put m per s because it is unit, yeah. So you can just consider as you can just eliminate them first, yeah, because meter per second is unit and we don't have to think about it, yeah. So we can just eliminate it, yeah. So we can just eliminate it first, yeah. So the variable is only t, yeah, because m per s is just unit, yeah. Okay. So we change the value of Vx with this one, yeah. D 60 plus 0.5 t to the power of 2, yeah, divided by dt. Yeah. So we use calculus here, yeah. We use concept of derivation. So the derivation of 60 plus 0.5t to the power of 2 is 0 plus 2 times 0.5 t, ya. Okay. It is 0 plus 1 t. It is t. So this is our formula, yeah, for the acceleration, yeah. And the t is 1.0, yeah. The t is 1.0, yeah. So when the value of t is 1, yeah, 1. So the value of x acceleration, yeah, instantaneous x acceleration will be 1, yeah, meter per second. Nah, so this is the answer, yeah, for question number C, yeah. Let's say if you want to know about t, let's say the value of t is 3, yeah. Yeah, so the answer will be 3, yeah, because the number of the value of t is replaced with 3, yeah. And it can be changed, yeah. The value of x acceleration can be changed, yeah. Depend on the equation we have, yeah. This answer, yeah, can be here. We can get this answer because the equation of v is like this, yeah. But when this equation is changed, yeah, the formula of acceleration will be also changed. Yeah. So it depends to this one, yeah. Depends on this, yeah. Depends on this. Yeah, the equation change, then it will be also changed, yeah. Okay. Okay. If you want to know more about or if you want to exercise yourself, you can just check on this example and try to answer all the question, yeah. A, B, C, and D, yeah. Okay. Okay, if you have any question, don't be shy, yeah. Just raise your hand, or you can just type on the chat box, yeah. Okay, so we have, okay, Muhammad Fadlan, you want to ask a question in bahasa Indonesia? It's also okay, yeah. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Can you explain the instantaneous by taking delta t to be first 0.1 second? Then itu sederhana, Pak.
I'm sorry, I cannot clear listen your question.
Untuk instantaneous yang by taking delta t to be first 0.1 second,
Yeah.
0.01 second itu caranya gimana, Pak?
By taking delta t. Oh. Coba saya ulangi lagi ya pertanyaannya ya. Kalau mau mencari yang delta t-nya sama dengan 0,1 gitu ya, maksudnya ya?
Ya.
Oke.
Yes.
Nah, itu sebenarnya harus ini nih, harus jawab yang soal A dulu. Ya. Jadi kan, okay, I think I have to explain from the A ya. Ya, okay. I hope we have still time ya. Okay, thanks for the question ya. I'll try to repeat my question. Repeat Mas Fadlan question ya. Mas Fadlan wants to know the answer of C, yeah, if taking the delta t to be 0.1, then 0.01, then 0.001, yeah. Nah, okay, because we want to know the result of this one, yeah, we have to do from the A number, yeah. Okay, find the change in x velocity of the chair in the time interval, yeah. T1 1 second, and then T2 is 3 gitu ya. Nah, okay, I will use this. I will use the result from this example, yeah. Okay. For the number A, yeah, we have T1 equals to, what's happened? T1 equals to 1, yeah. T2 equals to 3, yeah. So we put all the value of each T into the equation, yeah. So V1x, yeah. Okay, so the equation is like this, yeah. The equation is like this. Vx 60 plus 0.5 t to the power of 2, yeah. And when the t1 equals to 1, then this is the result, yeah. And then when the t2 is 3, yeah. It's 3. Then the value of this one, yeah. So we put 1 into this one, yeah. 60 plus 0.5, 1, yeah. And when the T2 is 3, yeah, it must be 3 here. And you do the calculation using your calculator or everything, and you find this value, yeah. So this one is V1x, and then this one is V2x, yeah. Nah, the change in x velocity, yeah, between T1 equals to 1 second and T2 is equals to 3, ya, is this one, ya. Delta V itu kan V akhir dikurangi V awal, ya. V2 kurangi V1, nah, ketemunya 4 meter per second. So this is the value of the change, ya, in x velocity, and also for the answer of number A, ya. Nah, after that, we go to the second question. Yeah. So let's see what is the second question. Find the average x acceleration in this time interval. Yeah. It's so because we want to find, yeah, we want to find average x acceleration. So the formula will be a v delta v x divided by delta t, ya. Nah, delta vx is this one, ya. So this is the delta vx, ya. 4 divided by t1 t2, ya. T2 is 3, ya. 3 minus 1, ya, equals to 2, ya. So this one is 2, ya. Delta t is 2. So the average acceleration will be 2 meter per second. Or sometimes people written with this one, yeah, 2 ms minus 1. It's similar, yeah. 2 meter per second is equal to 2 meter s to the power of negative 1. Yeah. So this is the result of number B. And now, by getting know the answer of A and B, we can try to find the result for number C, ya. When delta t equals to 0.1, yeah, we have T2 101, yeah. So this is T1, yeah. This is T1. T1 is 1, ya. 1 second. Where can I know, ya? Ini dapatnya T1 sama dengan 1 detik dari mana? Ya. We can say that T1 equals to 1 second, ya, because the problem say something like that, ya. This one, ya. T1 is equals T1 equals to 1 ya. Yeah, so please do not be confused ya. The value of T1 is equals to 1 second because here ya, the problem said like this ya. When delta T equals to 0.1, so the T2 must be 1.1 second ya, because the delta is 0.1 ya. The delta is 0.1 ya, because delta T ya equals to T2 minus T1 ya. So 1.1 minus 1, it must be 0.1 ya. Nah, and then the V2 ya, the V2 must be T 0.1 ya. So this is the T2 the T2 ya. The T2 is not 3 ya. The T2 is not 3 ya. But the T2 is 1.1 ya, because the delta is 0.1. And then by input the value of T2 equals to 1.1, you get new V2X with this number ya. Jadi ketika T2-nya itu 1,1 ya, maka nilai V2 yang baru itu adalah 60,605. After we got the new V2X, and then we just put into our formula, delta Vx, delta Vx means where I can put nah, this delta Vx get from this delta Vx V2x minus V1x ya. Nah, V2x is this one ya, our new V2x ya. 60.605 minus V1x ya. Nah, the value of V1x is this ya. V1x ya is 60.5 ya. 60.5 and you use your calculator, you can use your calculator, and I find I will follow this result 0.105 so this is for the delta Vx so we put delta Vx here, and then delta T is 0.1 so this is the delta T, and you get this number. And it's similar when you use delta T 0.001 and delta T only this only 0.001 Oh, 0.01 and then 0.001 I think that's Mas Fadlan Mas Fadlan ya. Can you get what I mean? Bisa dipahami nggak Mas Fadlan?
Bisa, Sir.
Ya bisa ya. Ya, bisa. Jadi
tapi untuk pertanyaannya bakalan tetap itu ya, Sir, kayak 0,1, nggak mungkin 0,02 mungkin gitu.
Oh, ini ikut soalnya aja sih. Jadi 0,1 ini kan dimaksudkan itu ini ya. Maksudnya soal ini itu mau membuktikan gitu loh. Kan delta T itu kan mau mendekati 0 kan. Berarti kan dia 0,0000 sampai nolnya tidak tahu berapa, 01 gitu kan. Nah, di soal ini tuh ingin melatih kita 0,1 nilainya segitu, 0,01 segitu, 0,01 segitu. Nah, nanti kalau dihitung sampai 0,00 berapa gitu ya, nanti nilainya itu mendekati ini loh, mendekati kalau kita menggunakan cara yang ini tadi. Gitu. Oke, bisa dipahami nggak, Mas?
Bisa Pak, bisa. Jadi mungkin bakalan bisa 0,02 gitu.
Ya, bisa saja. Cuman 0,02 itu kan lebih besar daripada 0,01 ya. 0,0 Gimana tadi Mas? 0,2 apa gimana tadi?
0,2 misalnya, 0,2.
Ya, bisa saja. Tapi kan 0,2 itu kan masih ada 0,1 ya. Nah, daripada kita pakai yang 0,2 ya mending pakai 0,1 aja gitu. Jadi kan ingin memperkecil delta T-nya itu loh, Mas.
Oh. Tapi mungkin bisa aja di pertanyaan kayak gitu ya.
Ya bisa
ada.
saja. Ya kita tinggal ngikutin aja maunya soal gimana gitu. Walaupun sebenarnya agak aneh aja. Kenapa ditanyakan 0,2? Karena kan masih ada 0,1 gitu loh. Gitu.
Oke.
Ya, tapi pola cara jalan pikirannya seperti yang tadi saya jelaskan. Gitu.
Oke, Sir.
Ya. Oke, thank you for Fadlan ya. Well, is there any other question? Yeah, before I jump to other topic. I mean next topic. Yeah, it's still on motion. Okay, I think no question. Yeah, not any other question. So I will continue to page 5, page 3, page 5, 4. Nah, okay. Another important formula that you need to memorize is this one. Yeah. Okay. I will explain this here. Okay, in motion ya, in motion. Yeah. There are two important quantities. The first one is velocity. Yeah. Yeah. So I just repeat what I already explained to you in the early topic of this class. Yeah. And then acceleration. Yeah. Acceleration. And the symbol of velocity is small v. And then the symbol of acceleration is small a. Yeah. Now, actually, there is still one. Yeah. Quantities without any formula. Yeah. Because in velocity we have formula. Yeah. Like delta t, delta x per delta t. Yeah. Delta x per delta t, or dx per dt. Yeah. And then for the acceleration is delta v per delta t, ya, or dv per dt. Ya. Nah, the other one is called with position. Ya. Actually, position doesn't have symbol, but in this book, the symbol of position is x, and x doesn't have any formula. X is only x. Nah. So what is the relationship between this one with this one? Yeah. Okay. I will start from this one. Yeah. I will start from this one. Acceleration, instantaneous acceleration, instantaneous x acceleration. Yeah. dvx divided by dt. Yeah. So ax acceleration equals to differentiation of v divided by dt. Ya. dvx per dt. Ya. Nah, I will focus on Vx. Vx. As we know, Vx equals to dx per dt. So I can write this expression with this one, d. So the Vx is changed, I will change the Vx with this one. Yeah. So the expression will be like this. Dx per dt, yeah, divided by dt, yeah. Okay. Nah, this expression feels too complex ya. Ini sangat bukan kompleks ya. Terlihat membingungkan gitu ya. Ini kok dx-nya dx dibagi dx per dt dibagi dt gitu ya. What does it means gitu ya. Oke. Okay. To make it more easy to understand, I will make it this one into this one. D per dt. Ya. Nah, so I will put the x into this one, and then the dt into this one, yeah, into this position, yeah. So the x will be in the upper position, and then dt is in the lower position, yeah. And I will get this, yeah. And the question is, if I change this expression into this expression, is it still same? Apakah masih sama maknanya gitu ya ketika saya mengganti yang atas dengan yang bawah ya? We have to prove that it doesn't have any change ya. If I change this expression into this expression. Okay, let's prove ya. If I have okay, so the d will be, so I will change d with number, yeah, with number. Let's say d is 2, yeah. And then the d is also 2, yeah. And then for t, yeah, for this t, I will change with 3, let's say, yeah. So d equals to 2, and then t equals to 3, let's say, yeah. I just pick random number here. Yeah. Then t is 3. So d, and then this is d, yeah. D is 2, and then also d is 2. Yeah. And then t is 3, yeah. And then for the x, let's say x is equals to 4, yeah, let's say, or 5, yeah, let's say 5. Yeah. So x must be 5. Yeah. Okay. So 2, d equals to 2, t is 3, yeah, dx per d2 and then 3, yeah. Okay. So the value, so this result will be, this is 2, yeah, 2, and then this is 10 times, this is 10, yeah, 10, and then this is, oh, I will rewrite, yeah. Two, and then 2 times 5, 10, divided by 6, yeah. And then 2 times 3, 6, yeah. 2, I will use my calculator first, yeah. 10, 5, 3, yeah. 6 ya. Nah, so it must be 2 per 6. I think I have to change the number ya. It's too hard to but it's okay lah. 5 divided by 3 is I will use my calculator first ya. Five divided by 3, 1.6 ya. 1.6. Nah, so this it's divided by 6 ya. So 2 times 1.6, 2 times 1.6 ya, divided by 6. I got 0.533 ya. Nah, the result is 0.533 ya. And this expression is similar with this one ya. What if this expression I change into this one ya. So it will be 2 divided by 6 ya. 5 per 3 is not here ya. The 5 divided by 3 or 5 per 3 is not here. Instead, I will put it here. I will use my calculator again. So 2 per 6 ya. It is 1/3 ya. 1/3 and 5.3. And then the value will be 5 divided by 9 ya. Okay, let's see. 5 equals to 0.5 divided by 9 ya. 0.555 ya. Actually the result is the same ya, but because it is using a fraction ya, the result is not exactly the same ya. But actually if I use number with a very simple operation ya, not any fraction here, it will be very the result will be similar ya. But because I use random and I got not so friendly number ya, when I use the calculator, the result is not so similar ya, but it's close ya, 0.53 and 0.55 ya. So it proves that when I put this expression into this, so it's still the same ya, similar ya. So I didn't change the value ya. Okay. I think I have to change this one ya. I will put here. Okay. Okay, let's continue ya. Nah, so from this ya, the x acceleration will be d times d to the power of 2 and then x divided by d to the power of 2. Nah, or people just write this as this ya, d to the power of x, d to the power of 2 x divided by let me make it d to the power of 2x dt to the power of 2. Yeah. So yeah. So we get this one. Yeah. Nah, from this go to this one, and then go to this one, and then go to this one. Yeah. Okay, that's the formula. So what does it mean? So why I have to explain this so long? Yeah, I mean, I give a lot of time for you to explain this one, because it is also important formula you have to know. Yeah. Because ya, if we make a narration ya, kalau dibuat narasi ya, if we make narration from this formula ya, so the formula tells us something like this. Jadi rumusnya itu mengatakan sesuatu seperti ini ya. So acceleration is second derivation of position. Nah, so example ya, a simple example for you. Let's say I have equation of position equation ya. The position equation is, let's say, yeah, so this is just random equation. Yeah. So the equation of x, yeah, in this example, yeah, x equals to 3t to the power of 2 plus 6t plus 10. Yeah. Now the question, find formula of velocity. It means that instantaneous velocity, yeah, Vx. And then for number B, find a formula of acceleration. AX, yeah. X. AX. Nah. Okay. Nah, let's answer this question, yeah. So this is the answer. Start from A. Yeah. So this is the equation, yeah, equation of position. If you want to find the Vx, yeah, it must be Vx dx per dt, yeah, which is d, and then I will put this value, yeah, 3t to the power of 2 plus 6t plus 10, yeah, divided by dt. So the result will be 6t plus 6, yeah. Okay, 6t plus 6. 6t plus 6, yeah. The 10 will be 0, yeah. So I will not put actually this one, yeah. But 0 is nothing, yeah. So I can just eliminate it, yeah. So this is for the A. And then for the P, yeah, AX, yeah, dVx per dt, yeah. Now this is the Vx, yeah. This is the Vx, yeah. So I will put the Vx into this d60 plus 6 dt. So the formula of x acceleration, yeah, instantaneous x acceleration is 6, yeah. Yeah, 6. So this is the meter per second, and then this is meter per second square, yeah. Nah, if we take a look on this one, yeah, acceleration is second derivation of position equation. So this one is position equations, and when we want to find the velocity, we do first derivation. Yeah. So this one is first derivation. Yeah. And then from Vx, from Vx to acceleration, we do again, derivation. So we use the second. Now this is the second derivation. So this is what I want to say to you. Acceleration is second derivation of position. So this one is position equation. First derivation of position equation is Vx, and then the second, 1, 2 of position equation is the acceleration. Okay. So that's what I mean, about this question. Okay. After this, okay, if you have any question, please just chat me, or you can just raise your hand. Let's continue. What time is it now? Oh, it's already 9. Okay, I think okay, so another important equation is this one. This, and then this one, and this one. Okay, I'll try to give you fast explanation. I think, okay, I'll try to explain you in just general way, but for the deeper analysis, we are going to do it on the next meeting. Okay. The first one is this. Okay, the first one is this equation. So Vx, So for this one, Vx is final velocity, and then this one is initial velocity, and then this one is acceleration, acceleration, and this one is time. So the example is like this. Let's say you are driving a car. Oh, not like this. Let's say you are driving a car, and your initial velocity is, let's say, 5 meter per second. And then you give acceleration, by step on the car pedal, or you give boost, to your motorbike, and then you got acceleration, let's say 2 meter per second square, and you did it for 10 seconds. So your initial velocity is 5 meter per second, and then you boost, you give acceleration, to your car by giving 2 meter per second square. And by the way, accelerometer is a tool to to measure the acceleration. Yeah, we have speedometer and also we have accelerometer. Yeah, so to measure the acceleration, you can use accelerometer, and then you repeat it for 10 seconds. Yeah, so the question is how much your final velocity after 10 seconds. Yeah, you can use this formula. Yeah, so you can just put Vox. Yeah, Vox is 5. Yeah. 5 plus 2. Yeah, so 2 times by t. Yeah, 10. Yeah. The t is 10. So it will be. So your initial velocity, your final velocity will be 25 meter per second. Yeah. So this is the usage of this formula. Yeah. And then another formula is this one. Yeah. This one. Yeah. X is okay, I have to fast. Yeah. Initial final position. Yeah. Final position, and then x0, yeah, is initial position. Yeah. Vox is initial velocity, and then t is time. Yeah. Okay. So the example for this one, let's say this is the start line. Yeah, start line, and then this is the road of racing. Let's say car racing. Yeah, and then this is the circuit. Yeah, this is the circuit of car. And then this is the finish line. Finish line, yeah. And then let's say there is a people here, yeah. And then the distance between these people with start line is, let's say, 10 meter, yeah. And then this is the car, yeah. The car moving to the finish line. And when the car is on this person location, this person location record the initial velocity of this car is, let's say, 2 meter per second, yeah. And then with acceleration equals to 3 meter per second square, yeah. Nah, and then the car moving for, let's say, moving for 20 seconds. Yeah. Nah, the question is how far? Yeah. How far the car will be? Yeah. Nah, jadi mobilnya dia ketika di posisi awal ini kecepatannya 2 meter per second ya. Dan ini adalah, dan ketika kecepatannya 2 meter per second itu dicatat oleh ketika kecepatannya 2 meter per second itu posisinya sudah 10 meter dari garis start. Ya. Nah, kemudian ketika di sini dia memberi digas gitu ya dengan percepatan 3 meter per second selama 20 detik. Nah, kira-kira selama 20 detik itu dengan kondisi kecepatan dan percepatan yang seperti ini, mobilnya itu sampai sejauh mana gitu ya. Nah, the answer will be x0 plus V0 xt plus axt. Nah, so x0 is 10 ya, so this is the x0 ya, 10 plus V0 ya, 2 meter per second, and then the t is 20 plus half times acceleration, which is 3, and t to the power of 2 ya. Okay. 10 plus 40 plus 600 ya. 2. Okay. And then nah, this is the car ya. The car will be 650 meter from start line ya. So this is the final position of the car ya. The car will be here ya, and the car is the car is 605 meter ya, from the start line ya, not from the person ya. If we want to know how far, I mean the distance between the final location of car with the person, we can just use this one ya, minus 10 ya, so it will be 640 ya. But this answer ya indicates final location of the car or moving object from reference point ya, or from the start line to the car ya. Nah, that's for the second question. Second formula ya. And then the other one is this one ya. Okay. For this one, this is the Vx ya is final Vx to the power of 2 equals to Vox to the power of 2 plus 2ax ya, x minus x0 ya. Nah, Vx means final velocity ya, and then Vox means initial velocity, and then ax means acceleration ya. X means final position, and x0 is initial position ya. This is meter per second ya. Acceleration is meter per second square, and then this is meter ya. Yeah. And for the example, I'm sorry, I have to do another thing yeah. But I hope you can just imagine yeah, what kind of situation yeah, or what kind of problem that can be found the solution by using this kind of formula yeah. Yeah, I'm so really sorry yeah, because I have to do another thing. So I think I have to close this this meeting. But before I close this meeting, is there any question? Okay, just 2 or 3 minutes yeah. Okay, I have something to do in 9:30. I have something need to be done. Okay, no questions so far yeah. Okay, because there is no question so far, so I will stop share first. Yep. So thank you yeah for everyone. You have very I have to say thank you for all of you because you are still in this Zoom class, from the initial moment until the final moment of this class. I really appreciate for you who are already following this class from the beginning. Okay, so don't forget to make the resume for from this meeting, and don't forget also to submit it on Schoology because the resume will be your presence. The point of your presence will be derived from your resume. So I think that's all from me. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.